Hi everyone, it's Carrie. Hello, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. So guys, my book is wet. Today is Vlog-O-Ween Day 1 Part 2. Now guys, it's going to rain in my city today, so I figured it is actually still nighttime when it's being vlogged. But I'm no part of today, so it's going to go up. I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Narnia, the Voyage of Dawn Treader. Guys, my copy, I don't know where my other copy is going to be ripped off. See, guys, my copy doesn't have, I wiped the outside of the water because it fell on the floor, guys. My copy, the case ripped off. Anyway, guys, I want to get into this about my favorite character. Before we get into the disclaimer, guys, I have 2 copies of this book. So I may have to go get my other copy. I was using that to bookmark it. I do have my other copy of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I have most of the books. Guys, a little backstory if you guys want to get a completely different in-depth video for me about The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is I got my original Dawn Treader. This can make me cry, guys. For my 15th birthday. If you guys know about backstory, I have special needs, guys. I have nystagmus, which is a condition that makes my eyes move. I have difficulty with reading. I have difficulty sometimes with my balance. So learning to read was really difficult for me. And there was a teacher lady, I guess she was considered like a counselor in school who took a shine to me. Guys, I want to do a whole video separate dedicated to Miss Amy, who introduced me to Narnia. And she said that she knew I would love it. And we read it. She read it with me. School functioned, and I fell in love with it. I do have favorite characters. So guys, I do want to make a video separate. A lot of you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you guys my finger on chin. Actually, guys, this is Vlog-O-Ween Day 1 Part 2. So guys, anyway, this is the first book I read. Not this copy, not my copy. This is not my copy, the one that Miss Amy gave me. Because guys, I could cry as an adult knowing that somebody would buy me the entire Scholastic collection. Could make me cry as an adult. Anyway, here's the whole thing about. If you guys don't know anything about me, I survived a house fire. And in that fire, the only thing that survived was my books. I have a couple books that survived. The original my book collection video, if you guys want to see, but none of my books really survived. With my copy, not this one, of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I only have one Prince Caspian, and that was the one that Miss Amy gave me, along with my version of the Dawn Treader. Now you guys are probably thinking, Carrie, and why is that case off? These books were bought secondhand, this copy, my second set. So I wiped it down because I have obsessive compulsive disorder. But look, guys, I read them in a week. Cut it up. So, guys, I have visual impairment, so I can't always tell. Anyway, guys, I love the books. I'm a big Narnia fan since I was like 13 years old. I was a little hesitant at first to read the books because I had a girlie, Lucy. Sorry, guys, I'm just late. Lucy is probably one of my favorite characters. Lucy is the most like me. Anyway, guys, the Dawn Treader gets into it, where I don't even know how much I can show you all for legal reasons. The Pevensey children, if you guys know nothing about Narnia, are... Like I said, guys, if you want, I will do a completely different video on the whole idea of Narnia. Is Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. All about 2 years apart. Anyway, guys, in the third, I'm sorry, you guys, they changed it. This is now the second line, which Wardrobe is the second. There's a book between them, I think, and this is the 5th, I believe. My book is jacked. Yes, the 5th. I'll show you guys in a minute. Anyway, guys, in the 5th book, Mr. Pevensey's first name we never learn. So when I created them in The Sims, I had to do just a name. Mr. Pevensey gets work in America. Now, if you guys don't know, Narnia is set in the UK. In London, to be exact. In Cambridge, I believe. Anyway, guys, the older two children, Peter and Susan, would get more out of going to America with the parents than Edmund and Lucy. So they go, and then they get to stay. Edmund and Lucy stay with Aunt Alberta and Uncle Harold. Harold, if my memory is correct. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, Harold. I remember Skandar Keynes saying, So anyway, guys, they go there and they have a cousin named Eustace Clarence Scrubs. Eustace Clarence Scrubs. Who is like a really annoying little boy. The funny thing, though, guys, is I did watch the movie before I read this book versus the other two movies that I read the books long before I watched them. Anyway, guys, so they go there and there's a big painting. I don't want to go through everything for spoiler alert, but spoiler alert warning. This video will give out spoiler alerts. Anyway, guys, a big painting, and they say it's very Narnian-like. And Edmund and Lucy, the Pevensey, are sitting by Lucy's bed, I'm assuming, by the movie. And Eustace comes in and goes, well, I'm going to smash it down. You and your Narnian nursery rhymes. Like, I don't want to say it completely to Will Poulter because I don't want to be copyright claimed. By the way, I don't know where it's anything I'm saying in this book but my opinion. Sorry, in this video, but my opinion, you guys. Anyway, they get in a ship and they are sent off. Sorry, guys. The ship comes through the waters. They're very Narnian looking. They get chucked in. Anyway, they are in a real ocean. They realize that they're in a real ocean. And there's a handsome young man's face they don't quite recognize first, who picks them up and goes for Lucy first, then Edmund, then, I was going to say Peter, but then Eustace, guys. And they realize that the young handsome man is, in fact, Caspian. I was going to say Ben, but that's the actor's name. Anyway, guys, the difference, there's a lot of differences. Anyway, Caspian, if you don't know, is from Prince Caspian. There's quite a lot of differences between the book and the movie in this one. Anyway, guys, like the hair color, first off. In the books, Edmund is blonde. Eustace is dark-haired. They're swapped. And also, Caspian is blonde. Sorry, I popped. Caspian is blonde. He's dark-haired. But let me just state this. From the films, they could not have casted a better cast of Narnia if they tried. They're ever going to remake it, it will never be the same. That's the cast I prefer. And I just liked it. Anyway, guys, they got there, and there was characters that were not in the book who were not even in the movie, but weren't in the book, but that's fine. Guys, and when they go on the voyage of the Dawn Treader, name of Narnia's most faithful ship. Anyway, guys, I'm going to look looking through the book to see what I can tell you. Anyway, guys, Reaper Chief, and I want to show you guys for copyright claims, is my favorite animal character next to Aslan, is a mouse. And to know about Reaper Chief, guys, this is going to be quite a bit long video. In the first one, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, good thing I have the book right here, Aslan decides to go up. He is charged with treason for Edmund, who goes off, he gets fed the Queen's magic. He goes there to betray his siblings. And in Narnia written, a traitor must die. And Aslan goes up in Edmund's place. Thank gosh. So anyway, guys, and this whole thing that's how Aslan the Lion comes about. And those mouse the mice help chew Aslan out of his ropes when he was tied down as a White Witch killed him. Because this part isn't from this book, so I don't go into it too much. Those mice that saved him. Our man, Reaper Chief, is a descendant of those mice. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. Guys, I had to cough and didn't want to do it on camera. Anyway, that's how one of my most favorite characters, Reaper Chief, comes from. Also, guys, I want to say I am disabled, like I said, so my view of this book might be different than yours. Anyway, guys, Reaper Chief and bratty cousin Eustace do not get along at first. It's quite different on things. Okay, So when they're on cabin, Caspian gives Lucy some of his clothes because her clothes are all wet. And it shows a map of Narnia. They're looking for the 7 lords of Narnia, who were Caspian's father, who was king before Caspian. And that's the whole back of the book. Narnia. Remember, guys, I don't read well, so I'm trying to read it back here. Narnia, the world of wicked dragons and magic spells, where the very best is brought out of even the worst people, where everything can happen and most often does, and where the adventure begins. The Dawn Treader is the first ship Narnia has seen in centuries. King Caspian has built it for his voyage to find the 7 lords, good men whom his evil uncle, banished. Remember, guys, I'm almost legally blind. Banished when he the journey takes Edmund, Lucy, and their cousin Eustace, Caspian, and Eastern Islands. Two Eastern Islands beyond the Silver Sea, for Zazan's country at the end of the world. Enter this enchanted world countless times in the Chronicles of Narnia. 7 books in all. Okay, guys, sorry. I don't read well. Hey, guys, I'm going to start screening more things that happened in this book. Anyway, to choose all the ship sailing, everyone's having a good time. And, guys, also, they do find those 7 men. One of them turns out to be a slave owner who then buys Caspian. Now, guys, the difference in the book and the movie is it's not Caspian. He says, "Boy, you do not have to fear me. I will not hurt you." He said, "Are you?" He says, "Yes, I am." He said, "I am your king, Caspian." Because remember, Caspian is king in this book, by the way. He gets king in the last book that he's in. Remember, guys, Caspian is a king of love and kindness, and not devout sexiness. Sorry. Also, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you my favorite character in the book, other than Reaper, Sheep, and Aslan. My favorite, overall, most favorite character is actually Edmund. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have a heart for him. I'll get into my feelings later on for the actor. Sorry, guys, hold on, pause. I'm gonna pause. So, guys, anyway, Eustace is like a complete little jerk. Complete mean boy out through this whole first half of the book. So anyway, guys, Eustace doesn't read stories about dragons and fairies and all that stuff. So he goes to a dragon's lair, basically, a cave, and takes an enchanted jewelry and puts a wristband on. Anyway, guys, Eustace falls asleep there, and when he wakes up, he thinks there's 2 dragons. Now, I don't remember, but in the movie, that's not how it happened. Maybe in a few years. And he thinks this thing is mocking him. It's him. Anyway, the movie also, they figured out on their own. They asked him, "Are you someone under the spell?" He goes, "Yes." "Are you Eustace?" He goes, "Yes." That's not what happened in the movie, but we can discuss the movie at a different time. Now, Eustace, guys, was only a dragon for about 1 chapter. Aslan helped him become human. Anyway, guys, he learns a lesson that he is not above everyone else. The Eustace is just like everyone else. And at the end, Eustace helps him transform back into a boy. And at the end, he meets this big lion he says he's afraid of. Anyway, guys, and then he says that he was afraid of it, and he said, you need to peel your skin off. And he did it, and the skin just wouldn't come off. It wouldn't come off. You had to bathe in water, it wouldn't come off. So Aslan said, I'm going to peel. He said it hurt, but it felt kind of good. And Aslan helped him. Now, guys, in the book, he goes to Edmund. And Edmund sees, before Edmund's sleeping, he looks over and he sees a boy who is maybe it's Lucy sees him. Edmund sees him. And it's a boy, it's Lucy, guys, sorry now. Lucy sees him and thinks that the boy is too small to be Edmund, but too short to be Caspian. And he goes, Edmund sees and goes, yeah, there's definitely, I'm sorry, guys, it's Edmund. It says the figure is too short. Too tall to be Lucy, too short to be Caspian. Because what is it? He said, who are you? And the boy said, who is this? And the boy came close and said, Edmund, it's Eustace, it's Eustace. When you hear him, he said, let me tell you the story. And then that's when we hear the story. Anyway, guys, they start sailing off. And they meet these one-legged guys who are hopping around it all. And they don't have, like, one leg. Oh, I dropped my Narnia book, guys. One leg where, like someone who only have one leg. Just one long leg down. And they're hopping. And Lucy, or a girl, has to break their spell. Lucy does. And now, guys, there was parts of this where she was talking to her friends and seeing this through, like, a book and all. She said, Aslan is there and says, you have to only do, Lucy, what you have to do. Anyway, she does the thing, make all invisible things visible. Now, guys, in the book, Lucy says, I have to do this. Guys, Pitter Patter is raining outside. So Lucy helps these guys. They go meet Coriarkin, who I pronounce his name weird, but anyway, who is the magician's nephew in the book. Anyway, guys, he's a magician that made them visible. He said, I did it for their own good. You know, it kind of seemed like I'm mean. Anyway, guys, there's a page here with Lucy traveling through it. And they go to a place like Whispering the Magician's book. The book about it. There's a very good chapter to go to the Dark Island. Makes all your bad dreams come true. And I'm like, well, yeah, listen, you know, there's nothing really happens there much. As I go now, chapter 13 is the 3 sleepers, guys. They are the rest of the men they are looking for. Their voyages for, guys. Now, this part of this chapter kind of broke my heart almost. Guys, this is a big chapter. They go over to the table where they have the 3 men. You know, Edmund and Eustace and Caspian are there, along with Lucy, a few other people that are in the book. And they realize that the men cannot wake. And Reapercheap, that handsome fella, jumps over and goes, well, I can try to wake them. And Edmund, I'm going to wake them up. They can't. They talk to this girl shooting star out of the sky. He says, you can wake them, but, you know, you'll have to talk to my father. Guys, in the background, please excuse that. All right. The father comes down to them as soon as he uses them for God. Comes down and says, yes, there's a way to wake them, but one of you has to stay behind forever and never return to your land. My arm was my throat, like, Edmund, no, Edmund's my man, no. Who gives me thought, said the Edmund. Anyway, Reapercheap said, I will do it, sir. I will be honored. Anyway, they go out sailing. And they come across, you know, sea people and all that. They found a mouse they thought was dead in the water. Turns out it was Reapercheap. He didn't go to Aslan's country yet. That's the thing, guys. He had to go to Aslan's country. Sorry, guys. Excuse that. But you guys know, it's supposed to be euphemism for heaven. Aslan is a euphemism for Jesus. But we're not going to touch on religious things. Anyway, continue that sub-video. So, were the rose ever sweet? Guys, dear Reapercheap. And somebody has a song that the Reapercheap used to get sung when he was little. She was so cute. That's my stuffy voice. Anyway. They get there, and as the rose, the water is running sweet. Now, these people are hungry and starving and thirsty after the whole voyage. Anyway, they get there, and the water is really sweet. And Edmund goes, I believe we've reached Aslan's country. And they can't go through the block. And they realize that they can no longer go. But Lucy, she sees people. She's the only one who sees this girl, mermaid, fish girl. It's all this kind of stuff, guys. And then at the end, Aslan shows up back. Reaper Chief gets in a little boat. They lower him down. Though everyone said, no, Reap, no, don't do it. They lower him down and he goes off to Aslan's country. But that's not the end we heard of Aslan. We heard of Aslan sorry, that's not the end we hear of Reaper Chief. We hear of him later on. Anyway, guys, at the end of their journey, they meet a squirrel. Sorry, did I just right? A lamb who tells them you can no longer go any further. You will reach my country. And Caspian actually wants to go, which is different than in the movie, but he said, no, it is not your time yet. I need you to do other things. Anyway, guys, these are talking about, their own land and how come Edmund and Lucy can go to Caspian's land, but Caspian can't go to their land. Anyway, guys, at the end, they tell you guys, this is a very big spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you did not read the books. They find out, now guys, I was thinking the whole time we were up to it. Back to when Caspian was talking to the girl star. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he ends up with her? Guys, at the end, they said he does. He marries her. They have children and grandchildren. Reaper Chief is happier and still alive in Aslan's country and forever will be. Edmund and Lucy and Cousin Eustace go back. I'm sorry, Cousin Bruce. They go back to home with, well, just his name, Eustace. And they all see that Eustace isn't the same boy he used to be. And his mom assumed it's because of the good impact of Lucy and Edmund. Now, guys, I could do a big book series just on each one of the books. But if you like my kind of videos, comment, like, share, subscribe. Go over, hit that bell. I'm notified every time I upload. Remember, I do dolls, piercing, books, hairstyles, makeup. I do all kinds of things. Until my next upload, remember, I love you all. So, guys, this movie and book were very similar and different as well. But I will go in that to a different video. This video is much too long. This video. So, goodbye, guys.